Totals this year across the South in general have really varied. Let's have a look at that from meteorologist Ryan Dugger.
Tracking some decent rainfall making its way through the Wiregrass the past couple of days, but even with that, we've been really monitoring drought conditions for the past several months. And taking a look at this data from the National Water Prediction Service, we can actually see departures from normal in terms of normal rainfall accumulation, where areas are under a deficit and also areas that have exceeded their normal amounts. And so for areas in North Mississippi where you have these deep reds, this is actually areas that have been less than 8 inches below their normal, so very dry conditions here. But farther to the east, much different story, especially where you have these pinks throughout much of Georgia. That's where they've seen greater than or equal to 8 inches above their normal. And so this was likely helped out by Hurricane Debbie and Hurricane Helene that brought in a lot of rain to Georgia and even to the Carolinas as they made their way up the Atlantic coast. For Georgia, for Alabama, it's a little bit more split, likely having more of those deep reds farther to the north and then starting to see those pinks bleeding into areas south, and that's actually made its way into areas of the Wiregrass. We see these pinks here where we've seen 8 inches or more from our normal, but then a little bit of a hard cutoff for areas farther to the west. Andalusia included in that, where they've been seeing more of that deficit. And this coincides with the drought conditions. More of those severe drought conditions have been farther to the west than to the east. And so while we've been getting this rainfall, especially for Dothan, that's been helping out our average rainfall total. This is what we see yearly, or our average for yearly rainfall, around 51.35 inches. In 2024, we've just been below that, 48.48 inches, and that's actually been a little bit wetter than the past 2 years, but 2021, 2020, much wetter. 2021 around 60.98 inches. And so with this rainfall, let's see if we can match our average or even exceed it just before the year ends.